I'm Norjade Pautaya. The book I assigned is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. The progress that I've read is part 1, Sick Kids. Sam bumped into a Sadie Green, a fellow nerd from school, whom Hayu was loved, but she was out of reach in more ways than one. Sadie and Sam met in hospital after Sam's car accident, and Sadie was there for her elder sister named Alice, who had dysentery, which is diarrhea. Some grandparents are Korean and own a restaurant in K-Town, LA. Sadie was told that she was the first person Sam had talked to in a long time since being in the hospital. He then started making mazes for her, but told others it was his first foray into designing games. To design a game, imagine a person who would eventually play it. Sadie's grandmother, Frida, was from Germany and a real estate tycoon. She warned Sadie that if Sam finds out she's hanging out with him as a charity because the nurses ask Sam could get hurt because he thinks they're friends. Their friendship ended at the 609 hours logged in the hospital timesheet when Sam found out that he soon developed an intimate relationship with her gaming professor and learned even more from him. Eventually, he told her that he was technically married but supposedly separated, and his wife didn't know about her. It was Sadie's sister Alice who spilled beans about the community service hours she was getting for visiting Sam. Though Sadie tried her best to hide it and not bring it up, Dove, the professor she was having an affair with, broke up with her to make it work with his wife. But she tried her best to play it cool and not burn the bridge, as she might run into him again in her future career. They had dinner and she played the unreleased Metal Gear Solid. They had sex one last time before she left and gave him back in his seat. His grandparents accepted the invitation to Sadie's bar mitzvah for Sam and framed the maze he made for her as a gift, but he was still hesitant to go. Mark, Sam's college roommate, who was very kind and generous to him without appearing to be. Mark's life had been filled with such an abundance, he found it unnatural to care for those around him, and his kindness cost him next to nothing. Sam took Mark's advice and came over to Sadie's just to be there for her. He was also surprised that his grandparents were right about Sadie liking his maze gift. Sadie asked Sam to make a vow that they'll remain friends, forgive each other, and never not to talk each other for 6 years like they had done. For the part two, which is influence, the progress diverged the part that Sam had learned to tolerate the sometimes painful present by living in the future. CD recounted how Sam asked her to create a game together that the summer as the glass flowers exhibit. Here is a time for any fledgling artist who wants taste exits one's abilities. The only way to get through this period is to make things anyway. Sam believed that the key to being a good thief was utter brazeness. Sam didn't discuss with Sadie that Marx was essentially a producer on the game because he was lending them his apartment to use. Sam was half Jewish and half Korean. Sam's father was George Mazer and they didn't have a close bond. George, Sam's mom, Anna, only dated for 6 weeks and then 6 weeks later, she found out she was pregnant. Marx greatly helped them out financially and many other ways, small and big. Mark's organizational help allowed them to finish 6 of 15 levels by August. They finished Ichigo in 6 months and almost a year to the day when they came back each other's lives. The woman jumped off a building in front of Sam, and his mother back in New York when he was 9 was also an Asian woman named Anna Lee. Sam went off the grid for over a day because he slipped and broke his ankle and needed surgery for his foot. However, the first playthrough by Mark was a success. Dove was ecstatic about Ichigo and had a lot of big plans for it after playing it through, and that it was a massive achievement for Ichigo.